approve ipe àwọn scam gbogbo wọn náà fáwọn ní certificate pé federal government náà approve tẹ́ pé nǹkan táwọn pé kó sí London government ní gbogbo wò ní kówó sí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ wò last stop àtọkọ àtìyàwó bí 5 million la fi ṣe owó àárí ṣùgbọ́n aṣáàdúpẹ́ pé àwa lálàáfíà nítorí ẹni tó bá ti kú ní sí ẹ̀ tán ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ń rọ̀jọba wa kán jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run tíṣẹ́ bá wà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá rọrùn Nàìjíríà gbogbo àwọn náà ní kówó sí tẹ́tẹ́.
You Nigerians, you're welcome to another wonderful episode of the Roundtable. My name is Shegun Odunayo. Like we always do, we'll give you 3 topics that are eating up the polity that Nigerians are reacting to, and we look at these topics from various lenses, from various scope, and present the truth to you, our viewers. Of course, like we always do, we have 2 guests today in the house. Starting from my left, Mr. Chukwudi Akasiki. One of our bosses here in the house is here. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Good afternoon. And to my right, one of our bosses as well is Mr. Dekunle Aliu. A very good afternoon to you.
It's a pleasure, viewers. It's a pleasure. No tie, no glasses.
No tie, no glasses today. I think the most trending socio-political discourse in Nigeria at the moment is the video that came just before we came on board. The video you watched, that was a video of Nigerians who were victims of the recent CBEX crash. If you are wondering what is CBEX, CBEX is the new Ponzi scheme that is trending after it crashed a couple of days ago, and Nigerians have been lamenting online, offline, everywhere, and we went in search of some of these victims yesterday. We'll be playing this video again, and you will be listening to what some of these persons had to say. Women selling by the roadside, women selling. It's a sad video. Unfortunately, Nigerians are falling victim again to another Ponzi. Please watch the video. We'll be back.
Ẹ wò, à ń rọ ìjọba wa nítorí nǹkan tí àwọn CBEX sọ fún wa ni pé ìjọba ó approve ipe àwọn scam gbogbo wọn náà fáwọn ní certificate pé federal government náà approve tẹ́ pé nǹkan táwọn pé kó sí London government ní gbogbo wò ní kówó sí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ wò last stop àtọkọ àtìyàwó bí 5 million la fi ṣe owó àárí ṣùgbọ́n aṣáàdúpẹ́ pé àwa lálàáfíà nítorí ẹni tó bá ti kú ní sí ẹ̀ tán ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ń rọ̀jọba wa kán jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run tíṣẹ́ bá wà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá rọrùn Nàìjíríà gbogbo àwọn náà ní kówó sí tẹ́tẹ́ kán jọ kán pèsè ìrọ̀rùn fún wa.
kíjọba jọ kan ṣàánú wa o CBEX ti báyé wa jẹ́ kúlíkúlí mò ń tà o wàhálà ìtàlá lónìí mo lọ gbà tí mo fi ṣe CBEX o ọ̀sẹ̀ kejì tí mo ṣe náà kówó lọ kọjọ torí ọlọ́ọ̀kan rọ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ o tó bá jẹ́ pé ó bá rọrùn Nàìjíríà a ní lọ ṣe ẹ̀yin náà lẹ̀ sì ní àmọ́ ṣàṣẹ́wó mọ́ lóònù tí mo ti ń ṣe láti cooperative tí mo ti ń ṣe láti bí ọdún méjì ni mo lọ gba lóònù sí 1 million naira kíjọba ó ṣàánú wa jáwé lè mọ wa o nínú sókà wọ́n ti pa wá dàálẹ̀ ọkọ ògbọ́ tíyàwó ògbọ́ tọkọ mẹ́sàánú mi o ọmọ ọlọ́mọ mò ń kó kí.
ìgbàgbọ́ àti ìrètí ni pé tí a bá try láti try opportunity bóyá lè gain so èmi náà fi bí $300 sí so lè tó jẹ́ pé wíìkì yìí Friday ni ó yẹ kí n cash out kó tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lana láti Thursday tó lọ so kí federal government kan jọ kán ràn wá lọ́wọ́ tí wàá kéré o nínú àwọn tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri o so ààrẹ lómi tó fi $2,000 sí $5,000 ní kí àmì tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa so àwọn èèyàn tí ń ṣe tán ti ń gbowó bọ̀ ìtàn máa ṣe létà ló padà yíwọ́ yìí kí federal government jọ kán ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kí òkú ọmọ pọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà káwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ máa ní stroke mo lé kọ́sìn kan tó ta lé odidi lé ló ta 2 weeks ago ṣe kò tí gbà nǹkan tí yóò fi lánàá so irú owó tá a látújọ iná tá a kú lẹ̀ kí n ṣe pé bóyá wà náà lánàá àwa náà tó fọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ pé sáré yá mi àá sìn ilé ẹ̀ kò ṣe pé bóyá.
A couple of persons that we spoke with yesterday in Ibadan, some persons that said that Ibadan was the one of the major headquarters of CBEX victims. So we went in search of some of these people. Difficult for some of them to speak on video. A lot of them have had things to say while the camera was off. But once you put on the camera, a lot of Nigerians become really jittery or mean. They just do not want to speak. But from the persons we spoke with, you could see women selling by the roadside. One of them selling, what is kuli kuli?
Bean cake.
Bean cake.
No, sorry.
Is it bean cake?
No, it's not bean cake.
Okay.
Granite cake.
Yeah.
This is the word. Yeah.
In local parlance, it's called kuli kuli. some of these things is just quite difficult to bring into English and make mention of. But these are the people, some of the persons who fell victim. I mean, the ordinary man on the street, the masses, the grassroots. And this is really so sad. I'll be starting with you, Mr. Kasike. Yes. Somebody was telling me yesterday, now in Abuja, I think Abuja is also one of the epicenters of this problem, that many of the people in Abuja, elites, also fell victim. Somebody was even saying somebody who works in government fell victim. But of course, that person was never going to appear, put his name in print or something. It shows you that the rich, the poor, the hungry, the masses, everybody victim of Ponzi. Why?
Yes, it's an indication that we still have the problem of greed. We also have the problem of, when I say greed, people are not content with what they have. They want to double it, not minding how the doubling will come. If the doubling will come in a criminal way, they will also follow it. In fact, the last time it was MMM.
Yes.
And Nigerians didn't learn their lessons because that greed has always been there in us. We have not been able to solve it. If another one comes again, you will see many Nigerians will still fall victim. And again, I blame, maybe you've not asked me that question, but if I must continue.
Well, to blame.
I blame greed, I blame poor economy, I blame weak government agencies. Ordinarily, when these people come in, there should be a strong institution that will keep an eye on them and be monitoring them to know, each move they make. But we don't have that kind of. If there is any agency like that, definitely the agency is weak. The agency went to sleep. Of course, Nigerians know that if it comes to government protection, it is not at the premium level. So what they should do now, if that kind of thing should come in again, there should be an institution that will be able to detect that this is what this person is coming for and keep an eye on the person.
What if some of these agencies indeed had people tracking people like CBEX, but somebody somewhere had the right amount put in his bank account and they decided to look the other way? Is this a possibility?
Yes, it's very much possible, but I think we need to understand that we lack some form of financial illiteracy. Or we need education financially. How can somebody promise you 100% on your return in 1 month? That's fallacious. That's too big a lie.
We spoke with somebody yesterday who was a stakeholder. According to him, he was a stakeholder. In fact, he was called chairman of CBEX. He said, he was telling us that this scheme started 2 years ago. And it will be 2 years in coming May. And that it was sure. He said, it was sure that if you put 15 million in 35 days time, you are getting 13 million.
So how does Ponzi work?
Saw the evidence.
So how does Ponzi work? Ponzi work where we have to attract you. We make you believe we are gathering the income. So the income you're bringing as is growing, it gets to a peak. There's a target, there's a place we want to get to. So when to get there, we pull all the money and everybody begins to cry. It's the same thing with MMM. They entice you. Ab initio, it will look as if yes, it's paying. You are putting the money, you are getting the return. You are putting the money, you get. So you begin to you start with 5 people. You go and get more 10 people. Then we get 20. Then we get 100. Then we get 1,000. Then the minute it becomes 1 million, that pool is large. It's enough for us, the thieves, to now we can successfully thief this. So they thief the whole money. That's how Ponzi works. People get to understand that's something in financial literacy must be taught. You need to understand how these things work. So if you understand how these things work, you will know that if you are putting your money year 1, year 2, year 3, it's going to crash. There are many different kind of Ponzi in this system. The government is just, this one just crashed out our face. We are all shouting. There are some they say they are a Greek scheme. There are some they say they are one building scheme. A lot of Ponzi's that government is not checking. The agencies are not looking into them so as to save people. It's so unfortunate that a lot of the downtrodden are the one falling victim because of greed, because they want money. And you don't, it's all over the world there are Ponzi schemes. There was one in Philippines that was crashed some years back. A lot of money too went down the drain. People who are greedy are always the one falling victim to this. Some who are smarter. Even the MMM, I heard of some people that put money and quickly withdraw their money and they pull out. But those who want bigger fish got their hands and finger burnt. So that's how Ponzi works. So if you don't understand that, look, the money you're putting in today, You may get the return. In the long run, it might be 10 years. I don't know if you remember Forum. There's one Forum, it was a big advert on TV those days. Babasala was one of those who did. Everybody come inside. That's the word I always remember. And in the long run, that bank went down the drain. It was a fraud. Defrauding the people is wrong. We need more and more of financial education so that people can get to know what is right investment, what is not right investment. Because some of this investment, you are going to get your fingers burnt. Sometimes I think, come and buy land, buy property. Go and check in the long run. You begin to put the money, they will now take you to one very deep forest.
Are those land people too?
It's a Ponzi if you are not careful, yes. If you are not careful, they are going to... If you are not careful, they are going to run you into problem. Because when they will give you the land, they will promise you heaven and earth here, and they say, no, we don't have it again. This is where we now have. There's a lot of them going on like that, and government is not checking. People are losing a lot of people are losing their money to some of these schemes.
Let me also add that these Ponzi scheme guys, they select the kind of country they go to. When they see that there is the country is porous, there are no laws that will catch them immediately, or there are no protective measures from the part of government, from any government agency or from any government institution. They enter there easily and quietly make their money, commit the crime, and leave. That is it. In fact, he said all over the world, but there are countries, can they enter Russia and try that?
Probably because we don't hear much news from Russia.
Perhaps we don't know.
We don't know. But
because I will rush them
wherever you see, wherever people are greedy about making money, Ponzi tribes in different forms. Even the banking system where we are.
Because the Nigerian people, an average Nigerian is not financially buoyant. An average Nigerian, I think, is poor.
So because you're so poor, you are expected to to guide your resources. You are expected to guide because you're so poor. You are not financially okay. You're expected to guide your resources. Ask me now, I'm guiding my resources like crazy.
You're not a poor man. You're not a poor man because you have a place you are getting money.
Somebody who lost 11 million naira in this CBEX scheme is a poor man. Come on, man. It's not about being poor. It's about greed. It's about your inclination towards money, how you want to make money. Fast money, you get your fingers burnt.
Let us also look at the fact that Nigerians, we're increasing in number when it comes to poverty. People that are entering the poverty line are increasing in number. So and when you are poor, you are vulnerable to any kind of vagary.
I beg to disagree. I think when you're poor, you should understand what is happening to you.
When I say
is it poor financially or poor of the mind or poor of education?
Poor financially. Poor
financially. Poor education.
If
poor financial education is your problem.
To lay your head, you don't have good health, you can't send your children to school, you've entered that poverty line.
So the woman that sells granite cake,
you are magnet.
On the way. Sorry, sir. The woman that sells granite cake on the way, she and her husband together put money together to go and put in a Ponzi scheme. Please, can somebody tell me what kind of poverty is that?
Cake is a poverty shrinking person.
Poverty shrinking. You don't have the money. Sorry, sir.
Because that person
you don't have the money, but you go and borrow to put in a Ponzi. It tells you your poverty is of the mind. Your poverty is the literacy of financial literacy. You're suffering
of three basic things.
One,
health, housing, and then I put education.
So,
but we have people
health, housing, education,
who have
food is part of it, and it's affecting Nigerians now. Nigerians want to be confident.
So 1.3 trillion gone down the drain.
The drain
from poverty-stricken people.
It's not from one person. These people are reading what we have on in our papers. They know that. Did they not know that Nigeria is capital of what they call? Was it last time during Buhari's time? They said Nigeria is now poverty capital of the world. They see it. They know that this place they will enter and succeed. There are places they will want to enter. They know they will not succeed. They will not go there.
So
but quickly, 1.3 trillion.
Yes, naira.
That's a huge sum of money.
Of course.
Bigger than many states.
Yes.
Budgets.
Yes.
Just gone. Is there nothing the federal government? I know they are involving Interpol, but is there nothing serious, real tracking? Not something that we'll talk about on the headlines for 2 days, and by April next year, somebody else is bringing their own Barbex or Shoebex.
Yes.
Will they trace this to the end?
I believe if the government wants to do it, to trace it to the end, they can do that. And it depends on the commitment, on the willpower to protect the people. Because I've always told you that, yes, government has the willpower to protect the people, but the commitment is not there. Ordinarily, this thing should have been, they should have captured, they should have known it, detected it, even before this, the bad people come. The bad people come in. But they didn't detect it. They allowed it. If
I just don't want to be tribalistic. I was wondering, why is it in Ibadan and in Abuja? We're not hearing such in the east, we're not hearing such in the north. Why is it the Yoruba people that are now this money too conscious?
No.
Because I'm trying not to be tribalistic, but I'm asking why.
Last time,
So it was everywhere. Because even in Lagos, MMA was very popular.
the center.
So how come they went to Ibadan? Man, it's good to be smart. Sometimes I ask myself, why not criminal?
It's not about smartness. Thank God that you should not fall into that poverty line.
It was popular in Abuja,
Yeah.
and it was equally popular in Ibadan. So if we say it's because the folks in Ibadan probably don't have much, the people in Abuja are seen as
The bourgeoisie.
So the bourgeoisie. So it's not about the proletariat or bourgeoisie thing. It was a Nigerian.
It's in Nigeria. I agree, but I'm just looking at
1.3 trillion now.
Yeah.
Is not 1.3 million. It's 100 million.
Yes.
Bigger than 1 trillion.
Yes.
1.3 trillion.
3 trillion. It's huge. It's huge.
And the big question now is, some of these people think their monies can be gotten back. Some people feel, oh, let's go to the media can help us get our monies back. Is that do you think that's a possibility?
The possibility of getting that money is almost 1 to 10. It's very low, very low. You know, can you get the person? You don't know the name, the owner of the business. He doesn't have any CEO, no managing director, no board of director, nothing. So how will you trace it? How will you trace it? They are gone. They are gone. No, MMN came here. I
think they can be traced because of the online transaction they do. You buy everything you're doing it in dollar. You have to buy dollar to do it. I think they can be traced. But getting that money back in that hole for everybody to get his own amount that he has put in, I think that's where they'll be from. Because even the websites they are using and everything is built on a faulty foundation. It's built to perpetuate fraud, so that when it crashes, a lot of things goes with it. So a lot of information is missing. So when those things are missing, they thrive with that kind of.
Some persons have said this particular Ponzi, CBEX, thrived especially in places like Ibadan because radio stations kind of give it an endorsement. I think it was just them coming to place adverts, and I don't know if you will tell media organizations not to take adverts. But you know, there's this love. These people are connected to their radio, connected to some of these their OAPs. So when they come on so person's show and so person is saying, this is a new means to get money, come on board, do 1 naira, you get 5 naira. It is appealing to the ears. Are we going to blame some of these radio stations?
Yes, that's where I would say yes, they should take part of the blame. Because one, did they ask these people that were coming with their program questions? There are certain questions you ask. When somebody comes to tell you that if you put 100,000 within a month you get 200,000, you know that is a red flag, and you should tell the person that we cannot air this. But the radio station went ahead because definitely the radio station must have collected money and will never see anything harmful in it. So that is where the radio station should take the blame. Not all the blame, or part of the blame.
Okay, do you agree with him?
I so much agree with him that, look, you don't just put any advert out there or just say anything out there because you are not doing your job when these people get defrauded because of the information you pass. So you should also do your due diligence, do the rigor to look at, are they authentic? Even if people are benefiting, at least we should do more check so that we safeguard our, where here the faults instead of the realm, not because, but because we're informing people. We are giving right information to guide their life, not to misinform them into trouble like they've just done here now. How can you come on air and begin to tell people? I was watching that video of that guy who was talking about it, I was like wondering, and he was saying it emphatically as if he's an investor in it. Probably he has benefited, but even if you have benefited, you should have that consciousness that, look, this thing is like MMM. This thing is a Ponzi. It could fail. Big banks have failed. Even authentic banks have failed. Now talk of those that are not authentic. So we should have that guide and say, okay, what is the line between this kind of statement and this kind of statement? So we know what we are saying. They should be culpable. There should be any media house that falls into this should be held responsible for misinforming the people, and they should be fined or sanctioned. Even so, not only media houses. Some churches would I remember one time when some churches came and some pastors were beginning to encourage us to buy shares. Not knowing that they were even making mistakes. We were buying shares, and in the long run, those shares did what? Crash.
Fair.
Yes.
All right, we have to move on to the next topic now. I wish time was our friend. Unfortunately, we can't exhaust this topic.
I don't want to cut you short, but social media influencers too should be careful. A lot of them are doing this
even celebrities,
because they are being paid so much. It's wrong to misinform the people into trouble. It's wrong.
All right, we have to move on to the next topic now. If there's an update on this matter and it's probably still trending next week, we might still bring it on next week. But please, Nigerians, please and please and please, people are complaining about the situation of the economy, but you still have enough funds to borrow. Somebody said his own cousin sold his house. Real life stories. People sold their cars because somebody told them that if you put 7 million in a project, by the end of the month plus 5 days, you are getting 15 million. Sweet story too, especially if you have seen people who have done it and you can confirm and you know. But please, Ponzi is Ponzi. Move on to the next topic now. And Nigerian superstar Idris Abdulkareem released the music that many persons didn't know about. I probably just saw it online as well, but it was not too much of a big deal. But it became a big deal when the NBC, Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, banned the music from coming on air. Of course, you know what that means. Implosion of streams from streaming platforms, and of course online trending. Something that probably did not trend before was trending because people wanted to know what is that music, what was that particular track that was banned by the NBC. And it was a song directed at the son of the president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son, Sheikh Tinubu, telling him to inform his father that Nigerians were crying of poverty on the streets of Nigeria, that Nigerians are tired, Nigerians are exhausted, and things like that. I'll be starting with you this time, Mr. Aliu. A lot of things have been said. Me, for one, just saw it in passing because I'm a journalist. Probably if I wasn't a journalist,
you would
have known.
That's such a song. Tell your papa.
I didn't have. I mean, but here we are. Let's start by the song itself. Do you think the NBC was being draconian by banning the song?
So,
you think it's
what is the rules and regulations guiding the NBC? I'm for the NBC. If it's the right of the NBC to do such song, they have done their job. That's the job we give them to do. If it's their job, it's their duty. If the guy has not flouted any of their regulation and they discover that, look, you have sing the wrong song, because most of the things he's saying, do we want to tell our children those stories? Do we want to encourage our children in those stories? Are they the true story of Nigeria, that is it the Nigeria that is happening to you? So we need to look at it from that angle and say, okay, is this a song of hope or a song of depression?
It's only songs of hope that we should have on.
So what I'm saying is this: if the song has flouted the NBC's regulation, they have done their job by putting a ban on it. I'm trying, because they need to show us what are the criteria that this song flouts. So, and what is the ban? The ban is that on national TV, on radios. Why? So that we don't begin to sell the wrong signal to our own citizen. We've been dying. People have been dying, not yesterday. Bomb, tanker explosion, and so on and so forth. And we are moving forward. Also, we also have Nigerians being successful in other spheres of life, in different aspects. As much as we know we have an economic issue, but we are also growing in it, and we are doing better. We are not stagnant. We are moving up. We are moving gradually. We won't remain here. We won't remain in this situation till eternity. We will come out of it. We will shine. But is this the kind of message we want to preach? Is this what we want to tell the people? No.
Music, is it not supposed to be universal? Are we not supposed to just bring, especially in issues like pro-people fight and all of that?
I see music as an instrument of spreading the gospel, an instrument of telling the citizens what they already know. Music is also an instrument of echoing it. Where in that music, there is no place they said this person is stupid or that person is an idiot. That music was simply.
You listened to it?
I listened to it. Tell your papa.
After the NBC ban?
After the NBC ban. Even no, before,
that was when it became
before and after.
Okay.
Before and after. You know. So I listened to the music. I don't think that music should be banned because one, it's a kind of music that raises the political consciousness of Nigerians who are somehow apolitical, who are somehow laid back, who are not alive to their environment. It's also an instrument of re-echoing or re-energizing the Nigerians who are, feeling weak concerning what is happening in this country. If we say the country is fine, we are lying. The fact is that what is happening in this country is not okay. And people, there's something they call selective attention, selective retention in mass communication. So this one is a kind of selective attention and even retention, because it things that will make Nigerians happy that yes, there is someone there that is protecting us. Protecting us. If the other party cannot protect us, this one man with his song, he has been able to protect us. He has been able to re-energize us. He has been able to raise our consciousness.
Energize us.
This is what is happening in this country, and this thing must stop. That is what Edris said in his music, and I don't see anything that is wrong.
So the day somebody let's go back. I just want to start an example of the Rwandan crisis.
NBC. He didn't solve anything. He worsened it.
Make it more popular.
Yeah, of course, he made it more popular.
Famous.
And let me give you this thing. There somebody released a music, almost the same song, against Trump and Elon Musk in America. I will send you the video after this time out. And that music is there. People are playing it in America. Nobody has banned it.
Nobody has asked you not to play this song. They said they should not play it on TV and on national radio. So there are. You cannot. You have the song on your phone. Please play. You have the song on your cassette. Please buy. You want to do. Please do. But on our own medium of information, the radios and TV, please don't play. And why? Because they have a longer reach to children and so on. No, we don't want that. Nobody's asking you not to. You can hear it anyhow you want, but on these mediums, please don't play.
Excuse me,
because let me. They have not tried to. They have not tried to stifle the creative. You can create more if you want, but they are saying on radios, on TVs, please don't spread. This is not the message we want to spread.
When you talk about children, I started becoming political conscious when I was a kid. When I was 8. I understand.
Yeah.
Because I saw my father, following these UPN or so, and I loved it. I loved it. The whole thing. I had many of them on radio. I saw them on TV. So if this one will give me a kind of political consciousness about what is happening in my country, and you stop it on the national television, it is against my right. I need to listen to it. Don't stop it. I want to listen to it. I want to know what is happening.
Let me say
this is why do you know that at a point history was banned as a subject? Why?
No.
Don't let Nigerians see your action as having a sinister motive. Nigerians must be conscious to what is happening around their environment. And if you see something that will re-echo what is happening in their environment, don't stop it. We are Nigerians.
So when we re-echo, there are some things we should not re-echo. There are some things that can lead to disaster, that can lead to the Rwanda Hutu and Tutsi case. Okay. So we need, as a government, we would have to check. We are not saying don't play your song. When the embassy is not saying don't listen to the song. Embassy saying don't buy the song. No, they said in this medium, please don't play.
How can such a
why would they, what is wrong with it? What is wrong with it?
What do you think can lead to protests? Because what we're saying is, remember there's also a song, The Land is Green, The Land is Green. Did they ban The Land is Green?
No.
Now this is America by far. This is Nigeria, blah blah blah. Did they ban such song? There's some sensitive word he would have used in that song. I beg to disagree that I didn't listen to the song so much because it's a comedy, it's a farce for me saying that the MCA banned it. But again, they have done their job. What is their job? Is to look at everything produced, which one will increase us and which one will decrease us. So if this one is not giving us that, I put it good, political inclination or education, rather than diminishing hope, we won't allow it flow. Not on other media. If it becomes so aggressive, it can also be banned. But have they done their job? If they have done their job fair and good, kudos to them. But if not, we need to check it. That's why we're saying a lot of people are saying no, this, no, that.
The song was not against the president. The song was against somebody without. In fact, it wasn't against anybody. It
was an
instruction.
advice, an instruction, a kind of advice.
Tell your papa people they die. Tell your papa fire the boy. Those are words that are people not dying.
Is fire not burning?
As much as people are dying, as much as we are having issues, of course, the Ponzi scheme, are people not dying from the Ponzi scheme? As much as we are saying this, so we are saying, we are not saying don't play your song. We are not saying don't listen to this song. The embassy is saying don't play this song on these mediums, please, because we don't want as much. I think what the embassy is doing there, look. As much as we agree with all some of this nonsense, we also don't want to be the one projecting it too high.
So we should keep it in-house.
Because even with the ban, the song has become even more popular. And again, what is the motive? Because we also have to ask a question.
What is the motive?
What is the motive behind this? Sorry, because you look at he who sang this song that has become more famous. He is making more money from this song. What is the motive? Because again, we need to look at. Is this guy?
But he has always been like that. Even under Obasanjo's regime, he sang the
Jaga Jaga Nigeria.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. Many of them, there was African China. Even some of these guys have been known to. This is the type of music they do.
I want to bet that Idris Abdulkareem did not sing that song to become more popular because it's already popular. Idris Abdulkareem did not sing it for money. Idris Abdulkareem is singing it as a citizen who knows what is happening, who knows that it behoves him to re-echo what is happening. So those who are not politically,
his right has not been denied. His right has not been denied.
By taking him off radio.
No. We say don't play it on our radio on our TV. You can play it anywhere. You can download it.
Hold on.
You can watch on YouTube.
Do you know musicians?
His right has not been taken away.
Musicians beg radio stations to air their music.
Yes. So we say don't air this kind of music. We don't want to hear it. It's in Nigeria. Yes, because this is not a hope song for Nigeria. As much as we have all these issues, are we not growing better? Are we not toweling? Are Nigeria not becoming successful in different fields? We are doing excellently well. The likes of Dangote, with all this fire burning, we have a refinery. We are building refineries. We are moving forward as a nation. Yes. So I think we should watch as much as we want to say the NBC has trampled on his rights a bit. But again, are we not going forward? I'm not saying as much as we want to.
Talking about moving forward now, we have to go on to the next topic. This is one topic that interests everybody, I guess, because there's reports that the price of petrol may fall to about 800 naira per litre soon, very soon, from all understanding, from all mathematical calculation, from stakeholders in the petroleum industry, upstream and downstream sector. It's likely Nigerians are coming down to 800. But I know some Nigerians will say, what is this guy saying? How will you say come down to 800? They are probably expecting come down to 400.
400. That's the prayer.
So say come down to 800. Okay, so what's the news in this?
Now, our first topic was the Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
The Badoman what they call it?
Kuli
seller.
Granite cake.
Granite cake. If he says it's kuli
in quotes
for 10 naira for maybe 1 pack, or let's say 15 naira for 1 pack, that will not be enough for him to buy fuel. And fuel is generator, Now that Dangote has reduced it to 800 naira, I will tell you that person that is selling kuli that will be a kind of relief to that person. But I will say here now that it is not yet uhuru. Before the current administration, there was that same fuel was being sold for 250 naira, something like that. So we want a situation where that amount will come down to where it was.
The market price. We must come down to the market price, to the fair market price.
Okay, when you say fair market price, what I know is that why Buhari was there, why Jonathan was there, there was a kind of
subsidizing. We were augmenting. We were subsidizing.
Now we have refinery. They were bringing us calculations of dollars, and I have told you that this thing, I don't want to hear dollar. Because this thing is in our backyard and we have refinery here now. They said Port Harcourt is working, Dangote is working, So things should come down to a situation where the poor can breathe, can breathe and be able to survive. Let me tell you, this fuel you are seeing is central to the kind of inflation we see now. That is In fact, cutthroat
Choking.
inflation. Choking.
Yeah, that's cutthroat.
That's what I
hyperinflation.
So, what Dangote is doing is good. And any agency that is related to oil should know that Dangote should be supported. If an NPC is alive now, please let your own price be synonymous to what Dangote is doing. Yes.
All right, talking about price falling. I mean, this sounds like good news to the ears, but there's a big fear. This may not still be reflected on the streets. People will still tell you, we don't, prices are not dropping. I was told today, a colleague of mine and I were hearing that live chicken is 13,000 naira. Same chicken.
What kilogram? What weight?
Full chicken, normal.
Because some are close to 30 to 40.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
It depends on how heavy this
So
chicken
that
is.
is
So if you
chicken.
see the Pharaoh, the Joseph Pharaoh cow that are lean and chicken that are lean, not well fed,
Yes.
you may get it for 15,000 naira.
Yes.
But if you see those big, bulky, meaty, fleshy, you may get it for close to 30,000 naira.
The point is, the price of petrol, especially as it's falling, may not significantly or even significantly or otherwise impact the
So
prices of produce.
that's my fear. That's
So
anytime I hear this price
the
reduction,
reality
because
is-
go and check
No.
all the price reduction we've gotten from Dangote hitherto. How beneficial has it been to the kuli woman, to the cannot cake woman? How? Because I bought buses from here to Oshodi, you could hear 2,000 naira without and they would insult you if you can afford it. And don't you know that the price of oil is high?
Exactly.
Even when the man has crashed the price. Even when an NPC2 has crashed the price. So I think we need to have
this thing works.
Yeah.
If you crash the price, you will have seen price somersault.
Yeah.
Within the past 6 months.
Yeah.
You get it for 800 today. Tomorrow is 900. Tomorrow is 1,000. Before you know, it comes down to 9. So if
they are not dropping.
yes, if there is a kind of price stability for about 6 months, I bet you prices will come down. And
So-
if prices fail to come down, then you blame it on the traders. And that is why government should come in with price control. But government cannot government cannot come in now because they don't have the moral fiber to do so. Because what they control, that is the fuel, is facing the price somersault. So they can't come in now and be talking about price control. The moment they gain stability, government can come.
But subsidy has been removed.
Yeah.
Meaning that we can't entirely have government controlling it, because if the reason why it's falling now is because of the trade war between China and the United States.
Yeah.
If tomorrow things go well and then things return to normal, it's going up. Meaning that even in Nigeria, locally here, it go up.
Yes.
So there's no controlling it.
Remember last week I told you.
Our government, I told you, I gave an example of Morocco.
Yeah.
You don't go there and start talking about dollar over what belongs to them. It is a sin now.
It is not a sin
It's
to
a-
sell your crude in. It's an international product.
I know it's an
But
international
what
product.
do we? How do we? Even the
But-
gas. Let's take for example gas. Gas in this country is sold to us in this country in dollars. So it's an international product. But what I'm saying is this: all over the world, what they do is price modulation. So for this period, you find a way to check the price so that you keep the price in check. So between this maybe 1,000 to 1,050, the price will remain for 6 months, so that you can benefit it. So even if it's going to increase, there is a price modulation, there's a price window allowed you. So maybe that's what we need. We need to create a price window
must
for
be
people so that
a
we can
way,
benefit.
There
Because
must be a
this
way.
reduction is not benefiting the common man at the grassroots. It's only benefiting those who buy in large quantity and the industrialized world, and those who buy big. For us who buy small, we don't benefit it.
With some of those, as it is now,
Because the price of biscuits will not go down.
Buying it. Some people couldn't buy it when it was 1,002. Are trying.
Do you know how long I've run gen in my house?
Now,
I couldn't even pump water with a gen when there is no light for the past 3 weeks. I can't, because I looked at what I was earning and how to. It was
Likewise me,
impossible
I
for
couldn't
me.
know you can
It's
pump.
not.
No,
it's
no,
not.
no, you
We
can't.
No,
we
likewise me, I've
had
stopped
to wait for the water, the rain water to
I
bath.
only bought yesterday when I learned that Real Madrid will play. I just say, okay, let me go. That is it. I don't go there again. That is how
So
it has affected.
how beneficial?
For PMS, yes, for petrol.
Wow.
That's how it has affected us.
You are not buying.
Don't. I'm not a big man.
What I do, you big man? You don't understand this thing. You don't understand this thing. But we need to be benefiting this is in all strata.
That is
when
what
the
I'm
price
saying.
come down,
But the moment you
go
go
to
dollar
the,
and
you want to buy
naira
biscuit.
this thing,
No,
it becomes a problem.
every time. Now that we have this 800 naira reduction now. Good and good and good. So how do I get to the market in the next 3 weeks and the price too of the goods
in
and sometimes buying
want
change?
to hear all this.
No, now.
International.
No, we're not. I'm saying.
person in Bayelsa.
No, even now. Sorry, sir.
That crude is in Bayelsa.
Or somebody.
But now, but again,
dollar, you know.
before we go,
Unfortunately, we have to.
the president last week, you were not here. Kudos to you. He listened to your cry
Yes.
and said,
He
look,
said he was
NNPC
saying
should begin to buy
for
or
food.
sell for naira to them,
saying
which
that
is one of the
2 weeks ago
impacts.
he
It occurred to me that yes, the president will listen to it.
That's
So,
a big win.
glad-
It's wicked.
He's probably
No, no, no.
he's
Dollar
probably
to-
roundtable.
I want you to go and look at the criteria and why they are doing it.
That-
It's not
they
because,
shouldn't-
it's
they
because
shouldn't
they
do it.
want to grow the industry.
They should-
The
as far as the
industry
refinery
is
is here,
too young.
definitely.
For now.
Refinery is here.
Because we want to
and,
grow the industry.
The product is here. Don't talk about dollar. I don't want to know.
All right, it's good that the presidency is picking up advice from the roundtable, especially from Mr. Chukwudi Akasike. It was 2 weeks ago. He was vehemently insisting, and then by last week, I mean, it looked like the presidency listened. So if they listen more to the show here, they will get the opinion, the right opinion. Like we always say here, we come here, we give you all the sides, we present the truth to you, our viewers, including those in government, and it's a good thing that indeed the people are benefiting from what we are saying here because the government is listening. Perhaps not listening entirely, but they are listening to what the people want to hear. Very big thank you to you, the viewers, for being a part of this packet. Like I always say, we are here because you are there. We appreciate that. Despite how expensive data is, you are burning your data to listen to the facts we present on this show. Very big thank you to Mr. Chukwudi Akasike for being a part of this production. Very big thank you to Mr. Adekunle Aliu.
Thank you very much,
who
sir.
agreed with Mr. Akasike towards the end that we are all in this boat together, except the boat changes tide on the sea. We can only hope for the best. A very big thank you to everyone for being a part of this. My name is Sheikh Gondar. I send yourselves a fantastic weekend. It's a long weekend because of the holidays that will be coming in Friday and Monday. It's Easter. Good one for guys who have holidays, but perhaps for some of us in here, you must still be here on the days that you are meant to show because we work for the masses, we work for the people. Stay out of trouble, guys. See you next week Thursday for another wonderful episode. God bless you.
Ọkàn mi ń lọ òkè ó ń lọ ọlẹ̀ ní báyìí mo ṣe wù yí.
látinú agbègbè sókà ẹ wo à ń rọ ìjọba wa nítorí nǹkan tí àwọn CBEX sọ fún wa ni pé ìjọba ó approve ẹ̀ pé àwọn scam gbogbo wọn náà fáwọn ní certificate pé federal government náà approve ẹ̀ tẹ́pẹ́ nǹkan táwọn pé post London government ní gbogbo wò ní kówó sí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ wo last stop àtọkọ àtìyàwó bí 5 million la fi ṣe owó àárí ṣùgbọ́n aṣáàdúpẹ́ pé àwa làlàáfíà nítorí ẹni tó bá ti kú ní ti ẹ̀ tán ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ń rọ̀jọba kan jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run tíṣẹ́ bá wà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá rọrùn Nàìjíríà gbogbo àwọn náà ò ní kówó sí tẹ́tẹ́ kan jọ kan pèsè ìrọ̀rùn fún wa.
kíjọba jọ kan ṣàánú wa o CBEX ti báyé wa jẹ́ kúlíkúlí mò ń tà o wàláì tàláì lónìí mo lọ gbà tí mo fi ṣe CBEX o ọ̀sẹ̀ kejì tí mo ṣe ná kówó lọ kọjọ torí ọlọ́ọ̀kan ràn wá lọ́wọ́ o tó bá jẹ́ pé ó bá rọrùn Nàìjíríà a ní lọ ṣe ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́sìn ní àmọ́ ṣàṣẹ́wó mọ́ lóònù tí mo ti ń ṣe láti cooperative tí mo ti ń ṣe láti bí ọdún méjì ni mo lọ gba lóònù sí 1 million naira kíjọba ó ṣàánú wa jáwé lè mọ wa o nínú sókà wọ́n ti pa wá dàálẹ̀ ọkọ ògbọ́ tí ìyàwó ògbọ́ tọkọ mẹ́sàánú mi o ọmọ ọlọ́mọ mò ń kó kí.
ìgbàgbọ́ àtìrètí ni pé tí a bá try láti try opportunity bóyá lè gain so èmi náà fi bí $300 sí so lè tó jẹ́ pé wíìkì yìí Friday ni ó yẹ kí n cash out kó tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lana láti Thursday tó lọ so kí federal government kan jọ kán ràn wá lọ́wọ́ tí wàá kéré o nínú àwọn tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri o so ààrẹ lómi tó fi $2,000 sí $5,000 ní kí àmì tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa so àwọn èèyàn tí ń ṣe tán ti ń gbowó bọ̀ ìtàn máa ṣe létà ló padà yíwọ́ yìí kí federal government jọ kan ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kí òkú ọmọ pọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà káwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ máa ní stroke mo lé cousin kan tó ta lé odidi lé ló ta 2 weeks ago ṣe kò tí gbà nǹkan kan tí ó fi lánàá so irú owó tá a látújọ iná tá a kó lẹ̀ kí n ṣe pé bóyá wà náà lání àwa náà tó fọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ bí ẹ sáré yá mi àá sàn ilé ẹ̀ kò ń ṣe pé bóyá yẹn ló dìde tu owó yẹn jọ so ẹ jọ Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ìrírí tèmi nìyẹn o.
Libya ni mo wà tí mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ogun náà ló lé wa ìjà wàhálà ló lé wa kúrò ní Libya tọ́lọ́run ò pa wá tàdé wálé ìwọ̀nba change tí mo ní tí mo tún lọ yá owó kun ni mo fi ṣe CBEX mi ì dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ mi ni mo jókòó níbi tí mo ti ń tajà jẹ́jẹ́ mi náà wá bá mi pé wọ́n ń dókòwò ni mo lọ yá 100,000 mo wọ ọwọ́ mi tó ṣàfi pé $200 wọ́n ní after 30 days bí mo ṣe fi $200 sí after 35 days a máa gba $400 gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló wà lórí fóònù mi níbí báyìí kì í ṣe nǹkan tó jẹ́ irọ́ ìgbà tó pé 35 days ara mi ò yá mo wà nílé ni mo fi jáde ní Monday lè tí mo jáde lárí pé ó ti bàjẹ́ ó ti laná ìyà ń jẹ mí gan ìyà gidi ló ń jẹ mí kéèyàn tó kúrò níbí báyìí kó tó lọ Libya kò kì í ṣe nǹkan gidi èmi tẹ́mi dẹ̀ ṣe wà iṣẹ́ ni mo lọ ṣe ní Libya mo lọ fọlẹ̀ mo fọ mi ìṣàṣẹ́wó èmi personally mo nídìí ìrànlọ́wọ́ ìjọba wọ́n wò mí ṣe láàánú mi ì ní dánrú ẹ̀ wò mọ́ torí gbogbo láìfù mi bó ṣe bó owó yẹn ṣe kéré